Salute, salute, salute. Bow. What it is, what it do, what's happening? It's Nocturnal Thoughts, man. Real quick video. Bow. Then I'm getting out the way. So, the title of this video is my thoughts on the whole Snac conspiracy theory with Terrance Crawford after the performance he had against Errol the Truth Spence. And I thought, since it's still September 11th, it'd be befitting for me to talk about a conspiracy theory, because we all know that it's still a huge amount of people that never believed in September 11th being a terrorist attack, where, you know, the people got on the knives with the box cutters and flew the planes into the buildings. Some people made videos and high subscription levels on YouTube talking about built-in explosives and government conspiracies. You know what I'm saying? Everything has some type of a conspiracy attached to it, and some conspiracies will be sprinkled in with some truths. You know what I mean? But in my opinion, most of the time, theoretically, it's just entertainment, not educational. A little bit of combination of both. So you take it with a grain of salt. In my opinion, Terrance Crawford beat Errol Spence because he was more disciplined. He was more skilled, and he was the better man that night. Errol Spence got beat up from the feet up because of the level of discipline that he displayed. Not to say that he wasn't disciplined, but it was different levels throughout his career. The level of skill that he brought to the ring that night wasn't enough. The IQ, the ring IQ of Errol Spence was not higher than the ring IQ of Terrance Crawford that night. So he was beat from pillar to post because in every way, Terrance Crawford was just a better fighter that night. I don't believe that Errol Spence, anything that you want to say that was an excuse or a conspiracy, I will straight up say I don't believe in it, regardless. You want to say Errol Spence was weight drain, I'm going to say that's an excuse. You want to say that Errol Spence was high or on any kind of recreational activity, I'm going to say that's an excuse. I don't really even believe into it. If you're going to say Errol Spence girlfriend gave him something, I think that's a conspiracy. That's an excuse. That's more entertainment than it is anything else. I'm going to say that Errol Spence he wasn't prepared for that night. Whatever his plans was, however he put it all together, he missed the mark. He came up short, and he got beat by the better fighter that night. Period, point blank. You want to say that Terrance Crawford was on Snac? To me, that's a conspiracy when you think about it from any illegal snack substances. We all know, and we just seen the documentary, and we all was aware of anything about Snac way before this fight. And for the most part, if you wasn't saying anything about Snac before the fight, don't say anything and use it after the fight, because if anything, it was a few people that was talking about Snac before the fight, but they were saying, like, and we were saying, I'm gonna say we, even though I never really talked about it, but I'm gonna say us Errol Spence fans, for the most part, we were saying you're gonna need more than Snac to beat Errol Spence. So if that's what we were thinking going into the fight, I'm not going to change and pivot after the fight and say Snac this and Snac that. To me, that's more conspiracy, that's more excuse, and anything that's going to take Errol Spence's focus off of what he needs to focus on to be better prepared for a rematch. So To reiterate, most people wasn't talking about Snac before the fight, so you definitely can't talk about it after the fight. But for the few people that was talking about it before the fight, if you were saying that he's going to need more than Snac to win against Errol Spence, then you can't really use that now. But to each is his own. Y'all can do what y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that I salute and respect really hasn't changed. Everybody that I disagree with and I don't look at on a high level of respect, that really hasn't changed as well. You know what I'm saying? So Terrance Bud Crawford, loaded gloves, that's conspiracy. That's excuse. I don't go into that. Was his glove busted up against David Avanesian? The proof is in the pudding. You could obviously see that he had some default gloves. I guess his gloves that he was in the ring with and his backup pair of gloves both was defective. So that's a fact. That's not a conspiracy. That's a fact. Anything else past that, to me, is starting to go down the rabbit hole. And I'm not going down the rabbit hole even though it's September 11th. My point is this. There is no excuses for Errol Spence for him to lose, other than he lost to the better man. He was outmaneuvered. He got beat on the chessboard. He got beat up from the feet up. Everything to win a fight, Terrance Bud Crawford was better than. Better ring, better coaching, better footwork, better ring IQ, better jab, stronger, faster, better prep. He hit his target. His fight week and everything he did, his weight, the way he came in after the weigh-in, the way he rehydrated, his performance, his preparation before the fight, his game plan, whatever they designed, whatever game plan they designed, he executed it better, and he put on a marvelous performance that night. He was the better man. That's period, point blank. Ask me again who I got going into the rematch. I'm still going with Errol Spence as far as win, lose, or draw. I'm riding with Errol Spence as long as he continues to show me that warrior mentality. Now, they're going to ask him some tough questions leading into the rematch if we get the rematch. They're going to ask him the same questions over and over and over. So I can kind of see, no matter what, unless he's really, really savvy with the media, something that he's going to say is going to be sounding as an excuse. Because they're going to ask him the same questions 5 different ways. And one of those ways, he's going to have to say, I maybe felt like this was the reason or this was a reason. And then they're going to take off with that, and that's going to be the conversation of his excuse. It's almost unavoidable unless he really can answer those questions in a really savvy way to where it doesn't come off as an excuse. If he was, if I could tell him anything, it'd be to just stick with the same thing you said after the fight. My timing was off. He punched me in between my punches, and I lost to the better man that night. That's all he needed to say. That's all he needed to say. If they ask him this question again, my timing was off. He punched me in between my punches, and the better man won that fight. That's all I would say. Anything else would sound like an excuse, right? Right now, and I want to say a salute to a YouTube platform called Johnny Says. Johnny Says, to the best of his ability, is unbiased. But he posts a lot of pictures and a lot of he documents leading up to all the big fights and little fights, amateur fights, big fights. But he documented a lot of the journey of Terrance Bud Crawford and Errol Spence leading up to the fight, during the fight, and after the fight. And he did post some stuff before the fight that I ain't gonna lie, I was sitting here like, man, I didn't need to see that in regards to Errol Spence right before the fight. I'm not gonna go down that lane. And I'm gonna go down the lane of right now, everything that he's posting post-fight. The pictures that I see of Terrance Bud Crawford looks like, to me, he's still showing a higher level of discipline. Every picture I see of him so far since that fight, besides the parade, besides the party with Sean Porter playing cards, and besides going on all the different social media platforms to, say his told you so's and get his flowers. Other than that, I've seen him post some pictures of him in the gym, still blocked up, still cut up, still looking like the same weapon he was, the same samurai he was going into the fight. The pictures I've seen of Errol Spence post-fight, which one, definitely the videos I've seen of him going to wherever he went, I can't remember, but he went on vacation with his family. I salute that. That's cool. But I was expecting to see an immediate turnaround and getting back into the grind, getting back into the discipline. And so far, I don't know, because I'm just seeing pictures. It still looked like he's been on a vacation, hanging with his wife or his girlfriend, the mother of his son and his children, wherever the case may be. It's still like he's still on vacation mode, still on relaxing mode. And that I don't like to see from Errol Spence. At this point in time, if you initiated the rematch, if I see Bud sharpening his tools, I want to see Errol Spence definitely sharpening his tools. Just because the rematch might be at a higher weight class, that will not change the outcome of the fight if you don't go and make the necessary adjustments in order to bring a better version of yourself to the rematch fight. So from what I've seen, Errol Spence has still been like, I seen a little video of him talking to a Hebrew Israelite, and in that little video, you know, he did look like he rehydrated and put back on some weight. And then the pictures that I see of him on vacation, he don't look like he's too far out of shape, but still, you still on vacation mode. And I want to see you back in the wheelhouse, coming up with a game plan, grinding out, not necessarily grinding, but casually starting to work your way into a better machine, a better weapon. I have no doubts that you are capable of doing so, but I just haven't seen it yet. So those are my thoughts when the whole conspiracy theory, the Snac, that's my conclusion. My conclusion of this is the whole Snac conversation with Terrance Bud Crawford. I find it to be entertaining, not educational, more of the rabbit hole, matrix, tinfoil hat. And the only reason why I wouldn't even have said nothing to Terrance Bud Crawford and say that. I seen a little post Terrance Bud Crawford saying, now I'm juicing now, and they just can't just say that I'm great. They can't just admit that I'm great. Well, and to me, for him to even respond to that is once again a reason why I feel like Terrance Bud Crawford has always shied away from the media. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't have spoke on it. But it's conspiracy day, and I think that's just a conspiracy. I don't put any credibility or validation into the whole Snac conversation. I think it's somewhat, in the words of Mike Tyson, ludicrous. I just think it's for entertainment and for people that's, it's just white noise. It's just white noise, and it's just conspiracy. It's just entertainment. And with that being said, I conclude this video. Salute, salute, salute. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, thumbs up. We can talk about some boxing. It's Nocturnal Thoughts, man. I'm gone. Salute.